Until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless. How to Get Away with Murder. All right, so we have episode 13. I know. And this is, the episode opens with Detective Nate. He's undergoing the indignities of a cop being booked in prison. And that's everything. You know, they strip him down. They make him bend over, you know, stick the finger. Well, I don't know what it's called. But it's, you know, when they search the body cavity, they're doing all of these things to him. And he's a policeman. He's walking into the prison. They're jeering at him, you know, the other prisoners, because now he's a cop. They love that, right? They're going to get him, I guess, sooner or later. But anyway, so it's kind of sad for him. But then Annalise's mother arrives, Ophelia. Now, we have to say, Annalise's mother, your mother looks like she's the Salvation Army lady. She comes in looking very raggedy. We didn't like that, but, you know, that's the character. Fine, whatever. All right, so Viola Davis is also shown in her bed. She hasn't bathed, allegedly. She has no wig on, no makeup or anything. And, you know, I've spoke about this before, and I'll say it again. I don't see the purpose of that. You can show her being distraught without deglamorizing her to that extent. But, as I said before in other episodes, I'll move on. All right, so here's her looking like that, and then a mother looking like that. And when you put them together, if you're flipping the channels, which I do, I'll admit I do flip the channels from time to time. So if you're flipping the channels back and forth, 1, 2, 3, 4, going through the, you know, because we have so many things that we can watch now. You do think you're watching Roots or one of these old Southern racial, not of today's episodes of television. Okay? I'm just letting you know, it's not a good look. There are a lot of 70-year-old women who do not look like that. And I have aunts who are in the South, they're in their 70s, and they don't go around looking like that. I don't know where this woman comes from. She really did look like the bag lady or something, but okay, I'm sorry. Initially, Cicely Tyson, who's playing Professor Keating's mother, scolds her, Ophelia, scolds her for marrying Sam. I told you not to do it, you know, I never liked him, you know, that whole thing. All right, so I told you not to do it. I never liked him, that whole thing. But then she eventually embraces Professor Keating, gives her some love, you know, which is what a mother does when she sees that, you know, the daughter's in such bad shape. Yeah, she puts her arm around her and embraces her. Okay, so she asks Annalise the million-dollar question. Did you kill Sam? And we know she didn't do it, but, you know, that's the mother has to ask. And if she didn't think she was capable, she wouldn't ask, I'm sure, right? Bonnie takes on Professor Keating's client, which is a nurse. She's a lady, a young woman who is accused of raping a male patient. The young lady says, the nurse says, that the male patient initiated the sex. In another scene, Professor Keating gets out of bed long enough to drink and taste what her mother is cooking downstairs in the kitchen. She also drinks something, I guess vodka or whatever. And then she starts this argument with her mother over some old business, I guess, that they had when they were younger. The uncle, evidently her mother's brother, or, you know, your uncle doesn't have to be your mother's brother, right? It could be someone else. But anyway, one of the uncles appeared to have molested or raped, or both, Professor Keating when she was a young child. And she asked the mother, do you know anything about it? And if you did, why did you let it happen? You know, that sort of thing. And the mother recounts these stories, endless stories of how men are always taking what they want, and how she was raped several times, maybe, and the aunt was raped. And this is what happens, said. And then the mother recounts the story of how the uncle was at the house one day, and the mother says it's the house that she really loved. She bought this beautiful house over in Atlanta somewhere, I guess. And she recounts, Uncle came over, and yeah, Uncle got burned to death. Somebody set the house on fire. She didn't say it was her, but that's what's implied, is that she set the uncle and the house on fire. in retribution as revenge for raping her daughter. Good for her, right? No. Okay, so Bonnie wins this case. We're very impressed with you, Bonnie. It was very good. She's playing this part very well, the actress, right? Okay. Then she gets in the parking lot, and remember she had told Asher, or whatever the young man's name was, oh, I just was with you for that one time because I was depressed. I didn't really like you that much. Don't like you now. This never will happen again. But she throws herself at him. She gives him this passionate kiss. And in doing so, you know, he responds right back because he wanted to do something anyway. She was always the one that was reluctant to do it again, but he's ready, you know. It's really great scene in the parking lot there. Okay, so Annalise gets herself together enough, you know. She puts on her makeup. She's looking fabulous now, okay. She's been through hair and makeup now. She's looking wonderful. The Professor Keating that we love and know. And she goes to Sam Keating's murder trial where Detective Nate is being held in the jail there. And she goes into the interrogation room. And then she gives Detective Nate a note with a telephone number on it, telling him to fire his lawyer and call this number. Okay, so we'll see where it goes next week. The episode ends with shade on Rebecca because Rebecca is now tracing Wes's phone. Wes and Laurel have snuck into the insane asylum. I'm just calling it that. I'm sure it's got another name. It's probably a rehabilitation center or whatever. But they're seeing Rudy now. They're asking Rudy what happened. Rudy just keeps saying the word wet. So from wet, there's like a quick flashback of the tank or whatever. So everybody's saying it's something to do with the tank. The girl that was found in the tank, maybe she did really murder the girl. Who knows? All right, so that's where we are now. We'll see where it leads, okay? So until next week, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless.